In today's video, we're going to be cutting all these four blouses at once. So let's get started. So I have this materials on four folds, and I left out the zip allowance. I did that for all the colors that I was needing for this blouse, and I used these are the four different blouses, but I want to cut them at once so that I can just go straight and start sewing them since it's for the same person. Okay, I have the green, the lemon, the purple, the yellow. I think I have another color, the blue. So I'm just trying to pin them so I can get started into cutting out the measurements on these fabrics. Okay, so just make sure that you are placing them on each, and make sure that you place them properly. Let the front size be together and let the back size be together. Just make sure that you arrange the materials properly so you don't just pack all of them and make mistake and cut nonsense. Okay, so I'm just going to be cutting out, marking my measurements on this first before cutting out. I'm securing all the edges, all the sides with a pin so that it doesn't slide out. Okay, once that is done, I'm just measuring out my neck. The neck I'm using is 3 for my neck width and 5 for my neck depth, and that's what I'm using for the whole blouses that I'm cutting out now. Okay, so I'm using 5 for my neck depth, and then I'm just going to give it a little curve here. Then I'll mark my shoulder. I'm just going ahead to mark out my armhole. I'm using an armhole of 8, and after that I just connected my shoulder slant. So I'm just marking the blouse length where I want the blouse to be at, and I'm using 25. I can just add a ½ inch when I'm cutting it out. So because I'm using a princess that's not really the authentic one, I'm just using the one for a stylish design. Okay, so this is a simple princess that comes even in ready-made dresses. So I just marked my armhole, and then I went ahead to take my body measurement. This is for my bust. You can mark it very closely under your armhole. So I'm just marking my half length, my waist measurement. I'm connecting the two measurements, and then this is it. Very simple to make. At first I didn't even really want to make a princess that, so I just had to change my mind along the way. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to be marking 5 for my princess that. I'll be marking 5 till I get up to my upper bust. I'm marking that upper bust at 10. So I have to maintain this 5 till I get to my upper bust. So I'm going to be connecting this up to my armhole, and I marked 5. At that armhole where I marked 5, I went in by 2 inches. Then at that 2 inches I'll just be connecting. So that's what I'm doing now, and I just connected up till I got up. In fact, you can still go in by 2 inches, you can still leave it out, but at the end of the day, the excesses at the armhole, you end up cutting them out. Okay, so don't be afraid. So
just go ahead and mark it out.
So you can see how the princess that just came out. You can see that this is very much. It's kind of even easier than the normal princess that. So, but this is much easier and simpler. So I'll just go ahead and
go right into cutting out these blouses, because don't forget that there are other materials under it. This is not just the blue you're seeing on top. We have the yellow, we have the purple. I'm even mistaken the color, the name of this purple. It's not supposed to be purple, but once I remember the color, I'll let you know. Then we have the lemon color. So I'm just cutting them out. So while I'm cutting this out, I want to appreciate my returning subscribers. I love you all. And to my new subscribers, welcome to Lex V Designs. We are here for you. I bring you good tidings from Lex V Designs, because in fact virtually all the cutting and patterns I do here are very much beginner friendly, so you're in safe hands. All right, but if you're here and you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. Okay, thank you. So what I'm marking up now is my back neck. I forgot to mark it earlier, so I'm just marking the back neck, cutting it out now, and then I'll go ahead to cut out the shoulder slant. Now you see what I'll do when I want to cut out the front neck. You know that the back is also together, so anytime I want to cut out the back neck, just lift up. Look at what I'm lifting up now. I'm lifting up the back and just leaving out the front neck. You can see I'm removing the back, then leaving out the front neck. Okay, you can just pause this video and watch it again if you're a bit confused. And this is what I'm doing. I'm just going ahead to cut out the neckline for just the front sides. The back, I have already cut it out. So this is it. Right about now, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out my sleeves. Okay, just the same way I folded out the body of this clothes, I'm going to go ahead and fold out my sleeve for all the materials that I'm using, for all the colors. So I have already arranged them together, and I'm just using a free hand for this sleeve. Okay, we've done several pattern drafting for sleeve cutting, so try to check out the other videos that I have done on sleeve cutting for much better understanding on this sleeve cutting. Okay, so I'm just cutting out the sleeve. So for each of the blouses, I picked each of them and then joined the parts of the princess. That let me quickly show you how to adjust the armhole once you are done cutting, so stitching up the parts and the sides. Okay, so this is the way that I am going to adjust it. I'm just going to mark it and then quickly adjust it. Okay, I'm placing the front and the back together, the front of this fabric and the back together, so that I can cut both armholes together. Okay, so I just adjusted it. Don't forget that the front armhole has a slight difference from the back armhole, so I am bringing it to you now. I marked it, then adjusted it. So this is it. So I quickly turned the front with my lining. I did the same for the back. I inserted my zip. I joined my shoulder just like the normal way. I did this for each of the panels. I attached my sleeves and the blouses were all ready. Okay, thank you so much for staying tuned. Stay tuned for more.